2024 is in full swing, and a new year means new fashion and new catwalks. So, today we're going to be diving into Glamour's spring 2024 predictions and outfits that they think people are going to be wearing in spring 2024. And we're going to see whether or not it is a fit or a miss. But also, I'm a wheelchair user, and that's going to add a bit more consideration into the mix because when you're a wheelchair user, clothes can be pretty difficult to navigate and wear. So we're going to be chatting about it and see if they work for me as a wheelchair user and if overall they're nice at all. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Eliza. I'm a disabled content creator who creates content every 2 weeks all about disability, LGBTQ plus things and lifestyle things. So if you do like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below, and let's dive into the video. So I just grabbed my laptop to have a look at the article I was talking about. So this is the article I was looking at by Glamour, which discusses the top trends of spring 2024. I've picked out 5 and I've got 5 different outfits to be trying on and rating whether or not I like them. The first one that we're going to be looking at is mask femme dressing. So looking at these photos, there seems to be elements of suits with kind of like casual clothing, but not like something that you would wear to the office, more like going out for the day, that kind of vibe. This isn't my normal style. As you can see, I wear a lot of colorful things and generally will wear a cardigan and a t-shirt, but all the models look great, so I really like the idea. So yeah, let's have a look at what I've got and see if it works. So we're starting off with mask femme dressing, and I have this grey blazer with white stripes on. This is from Boohoo. It also has some shoulder pads in there as well. I've actually never worn this. It is one that's from my wardrobe. I don't really know why I haven't worn it. I feel like it could look really nice, but I think when I put it on, it was just not something that's in my regular day-to-day style. So it's kind of a bit put off by it. But I'm interested to see how, when I style this today, how I end up feeling with it. And I've got some matching trousers that go with it as well, which are also from Boohoo. These are the matching trousers that go with the jacket. They're grey again with the white stripes. These are high-waisted, which I really like, high-waisted clothes. So I think I will like these, but we will see because I'm going to be styling them very differently to how I've worn them in the past. So yes, the fabric is very soft and they are very comfortable and they do feel quite me, although they aren't very colourful and I am a very colourful person. So I'll try them and I'll see what I think, and I'm going to style them with a t-shirt and some trainers. So this is the suit on. I do like it, but I do have some wheelchair worries that we will get into in a bit. But this isn't a normal styling for me. Normally I'd go for like a blouse, but I've gone for a t-shirt. This is actually a t-shirt that I designed, and I actually like how it looks. I feel like it is giving mask femme. And for those of you who don't know, I'm actually non-binary and I've been wanting to lean more into this type of dressing. Obviously, there's no way to dress or look non-binary. This is just for me personally. And so I do actually really like this. It's a bit different for me. I feel like it could look really good if I was going out for the day or going to an event or something like that. My wheelchair worries, though, are the fact that these could easily and are getting stuck in the wheels. And so the jacket is kind of like flopping down a bit, which I do find a bit difficult. And when I tie it up, it's still kind of doing it. It's still flopping over the wheels. So I feel like I'd have to tuck it in a bit more to stop that from happening, which is a bit annoying. And I also am a bit worried about the sleeves because they're a bit long. So they could end up getting caught in the wheels. And then I'm going to end up with muddy sleeves and muddy jacket flaps. Is that the right word? There's probably a proper word for that, but we'll go with jacket flaps, and then they'll be really muddy and that's disappointing. So I think I would actually skip on this and I'd have to get a different type of jacket, maybe one that's a bit more around the waist rather than a bit longer, because annoyingly it is just getting caught. Moving on to trend number 2, which is sheer white. This is pretty much what it says on the tin, sheer white clothing, which makes me very worried for the current season, considering it's actually freezing in the UK at the moment and pouring with rain. But I do need to remember that this is the spring and it is supposedly warmer then. And the models look amazing. And so who's to say that I won't love these outfits too? Looking at them, I can't see any major issues for wheelchair users for me personally, but maybe when I actually get into it, that will feel a bit different. So we'll see how it goes. But overall, I do like how the models look. But as I say, I wear a lot of colour. I'm a very colourful person. So the idea of wearing all white and then sheer white on top of that does worry me quite a lot. So we'll see what I think of them when I'm actually in it. So this is what I have got for sheer whites. It's actually more cream than white, but I'm pretty sure in the photo it looked very white. But anyway, it's fine. Cream, white, whatever. It's all the same, really. And it's got some sparkly glitter on it. One thing I will say is that the glitter is coming off, and so I am getting absolutely covered in glitter, which I suppose I don't really mind, but other people may mind. And it's kind of getting glitter all over the other clothes that I've got, which is a bit annoying, but anyway, and it also smells a bit funny. Not necessarily bad, but I think it might be the glue that they've used to like put this glitter on that it makes it smell a bit interesting. As I said, I am terrified about this one. Being in a sheer dress does kind of worry me a bit, but we'll see when it's on what I think. The fabric is quite soft and I do think it will be comfortable, although I'm a little bit worried about the fact that it's quite tight around the arms, and I don't love a tight arm. That's just because I'm autistic and it makes me feel overwhelmed. So we'll see once I put it on how it feels. So this is the sheer white dress on, and I actually like it, which is a bit of a surprise to me. I thought I was going to absolutely hate this when it was on, but it actually feels more me than I thought. The only thing is that I'm currently in my house filming this, and I don't know how I'd feel if I left my house and then was out and then I realized that I'm kind of naked. But actually, in this situation, I feel like the wheelchair helps with that a bit, because I'm sat down, you can't actually see my pants area. And I feel like that kind of helps to cover things up a bit more. Whereas if I was stood up, I feel like it would be a lot more obvious that I was in a sheer dress, which there's nothing wrong with that. It's just whether or not me personally would feel comfortable wearing it, and is it actually me? I don't know. I'd have to go out and try it. I can't see any wheelchair issues with this one. The sleeves aren't getting caught. The dress is actually pretty skin tight, so that's not getting caught on anything. So actually, I think wheelchair wise, this could really, really work. My only worry is that it might be a bit warm, which doesn't make any sense because it's sheer. However, this sort of fabric does trap heat in, and then when it's really close to the skin, it could end up getting a bit hot, which could be a bit overwhelming for some people. But actually, I quite like this and I will be keeping it. I've styled it with these Jaden Doc Martens, which were gifted to me from Shoe, and I feel like these really make the look and kind of add to the look. So yeah, I like it. What do you think? What are your thoughts on this? Is this something that you would wear? But yeah, I actually feel like this is more me than I thought. Moving on to number 3, and it's high-rise trousers. Now we are in my element. I love high-rise trousers. I wear them all the time, literally every day, to be honest. And they are my most comfortable style. They're what I go to. I love them. I have multiple pairs in my wardrobe. So I feel very comfortable with this one. And looking at the models again, they do look very good. They look very fashionable. And I think that this will fit in. And also, it means that I won't have to buy something separate, because I think it's important that when we can, we should be looking at what we have in our wardrobes and reusing things, re-wearing things, rather than purchasing new things just because it's supposedly in style. Because what does it matter anyway? It doesn't really. But this is very me. So I feel like this is going to be the one that I feel most comfortable in. So let's have a look at what I tried on and see what I think. So here are the high-rise trousers that I've got. These are from Lucy and Yak, and I absolutely love them. These are from my wardrobe. As you can tell, they're very me. They are rainbow. They have fruit illustrations on them. Fun fact, I actually have various different fruit tattoos and vegetable tattoos because, you know, who doesn't love fruit and veg? Good for you, and they're cute as well. And I think that these are going to be very much in my style. I'm going to style them pretty much how I would normally wear high-rise trousers, and I think I'm going to absolutely love them. They are comfortable, they're colourful, they are great. And I'm going to style them with a t-shirt and some Doc Martens. So we'll see what they look like when it's all together. So no surprise, I absolutely love these. These are trousers from my wardrobe. I wear them all the time, and I always style it with a t-shirt because I feel like that's how they look best. This is actually a t-shirt that I designed myself that says accessibility is beautiful, because it is. And yeah, they're really colourful, they're really comfortable. The material is really, really soft. They're really easy to wear. This is like an everyday outfit to me. I absolutely love these. I kind of have nothing more to say about them. I have no wheelchair issues either. They're not getting caught in the wheels. They're great. They're not too flared that like they're dragging on the ground, or they're not too long, they're not getting caught in my front wheels either. I absolutely love these. These will stay on my wardrobe, and if there are any more pairs or patterns that come out, I'll definitely be buying them. And I think you should too, because they look great and they're comfortable, so what's not to love? Number 4 is metallics, and we're going to explore it. Now, metallics is not a colour I would usually wear or be drawn to. I'm not really sure why. I feel like metallics look really good on other people, and when I see them out and about or online, I think they look really good, and the models look amazing in them, looking at them, and I think it looked really good on the runway, but it's not my color palette. I have no idea what my color palette is. I haven't done like a color analysis because I'm not up to date with the trends, but I did watch many videos on it, but I have no idea what my color would be and what my metallics are to go to. To be honest, I mainly seem to wear gold, but I will mix and match up my metallics all the time. It's not something that I particularly worry about, but I have no idea what will look better, either silver or gold. So we'll see. I am a bit nervous about this one. I think it might not look that great with my skin tone, and a lot of the options out there might not necessarily work for a wheelchair user, because a lot of the metallic dresses were kind of like big dresses and they might get caught in the wheels or like might drape down and stuff. But you know, never say never. We might find one that works really, really well, and maybe I'll love it, and maybe it will be like the new color in my wardrobe, because who knows? Sometimes you try something and you love it, and sometimes you try it and you hate it. So we're going to give it a go and see what I think. Here is the metallic dress. It looks great on the model. I'm not sure how this is going to work. We're going to have to try it when we put it on. But I do actually like the colour, which was the thing that I was most nervous about. I don't know if I necessarily like it on me, but it is very shiny and the material is very soft. It's very soft on the inside as well. And if it does work, I think it could be a good like going out outfit. I am a little bit worried about the skirt in the wheelchair, because I think that maybe it might get caught in the wheels, which is something that wheelchair users have to think about quite a lot, or it might get really dirty. But I do have an event coming up quite soon, and this would be the perfect thing to wear to it. So I do hope it does work, but I am a bit nervous about how you put it on. But I suppose we will find out now. So I'm in the metallic, and the color isn't actually the thing that's worrying me. It's more about the cut of the dress. I actually like the color. As I said before, the fabric is really soft and it does feel very, very soft on the skin. I do really, really like it. But as you can probably tell, there's a lot of wheelchair worries here. So apart from the fact that I actually think that the top is a bit too small, I feel like I'm not really being kept in place up here, and it was quite difficult to work out how to wear it. It's basically a cross at the back with two of the sections kind of going across the back. However, I think this is a bit too big for me, but if I went any smaller, I don't think that the top half would keep me in place. And as you can tell, the bottom, although it is very beautiful with a wheelchair, it's just going to get in the way. It's getting caught in the wheels. It's getting caught at the front. It's just getting caught everywhere. It's going to have a big mud stain on the side as soon as I go out or roll anywhere. And basically I'd have to like tuck it in like this, but then I feel like you end up losing the element of the dress, which is the really nice long flowy skirt, which is a shame. I probably should have known this when I picked it out. It doesn't really scream wheelchair friendly, but I do actually really like the color. So I think in a different cut, maybe if the skirt was a bit less flowy and was a bit more fitted. Okay, number 5 is the one that I am terrified for. It's shorts. So the thing that I'm always worried about with these is the fact that they will just like vanish within my wheelchair and I'll look like I'm wearing nothing at all. And that's what I'm most worried about. Again, once again, the models, they look fantastic. They look amazing. They look like they are totally in their element. They look like they love wearing these outfits and that they just suit them perfectly. I am not a model, so I am not sure that they will suit me perfectly. And you will notice that most of, actually all of these models are stood up. None of them are wheelchair users, none of them are sitting down. So it can be difficult to kind of grasp an idea of how this clothes are going to look when you're actually sat down. And that can be quite stressful when you're trying to pick something on a website or just looking at trends and thinking, is that going to work for me? Because clothes do look very different when you're stood up compared to sat down. So the idea of wearing short shorts, I have no idea what it's going to look like. I don't know if I'm just going to look like I'm wearing nothing, and I am terrified. But this video is all about trying new things. So we're going to put them on, we're going to see what they look like, and we will see how I feel. Maybe I'll love them. Maybe this is the new thing. Maybe this will be what I'm in all summer. I don't think so. But maybe, you never know. So let's have a look. My nemesis, short shorts. I'm terrified about these. These are really, really short. I like the colour, but apart from that, I'm struggling to find anything else that I feel is me. I think on some people this could work really well, but I am just terrified about what it's going to look like on me. As I said, I am worried that we're going to lose them in the chair. I'm also a bit worried about the sizing. I did go for my size. I'm a size 12, but they look quite big. So we'll have to see what they look like. I'm going to style it with a t-shirt and some trainers. These are from Superdry, and the quality does look good. It's just more the way that they look and if they're going to work on me. So I guess we'll have to try them and find out. So as I predicted, I really dislike these. These are not me at all. And I feel like although my worry of it will look like I'm wearing nothing and might not be coming true, they are definitely much, much shorter than I feel comfortable in. And I also don't like the fact that they sit quite low rise when I'm stood up, whereas when I'm sat down, they do seem to rise up a bit, but still, I just don't feel like they're quite high enough for me in terms of in the tummy area, and then they are way too short in the leg area. I actually don't have any wheelchair issues with these. In some ways, I do think it kind of helps it because, again, it kind of covers up your butt area. So I feel like for me, these are too short. And so I would be a bit self-conscious personally going out and about wearing them. If you are not and you want to wear these, that is great. You do you. It's just for me personally, I don't personally love things that are really, really short and having my bum on display. So I think that actually the wheelchair does help these for me, but I definitely would not go for them. I feel like they're too short. And the sizing is correct, which is good, but they almost feel too tight around the calves, so they feel like they're kind of cutting into them a bit. And I will definitely be sending them back because I do not like these at all. So there you have it. Those are the 5 spring trends that I have tried. Which one was your favorite? And which one was the biggest surprise? My favorite was definitely the high-rise trousers. As I say, they're from my wardrobe. I absolutely love them. And the biggest surprise was the white sheer dress because I didn't think I was going to like that one, but actually I feel like I did. So let me know which one your favorite was and if you are going to be trying any of these spring 2024 fashion trends down below. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below. And if you want to reach me on other social medias, you can follow me at Disabled Eliza across all of them. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.